Hello, good morning. All right. Give you a few minutes to get on. I hope you are having a fabulous day. And if you're watching this recording, thank you very much. I hope I got that right. So I'll give you a moment just to get on. And this is something that you really need to share with your friends, okay? So, and especially for my network marketing professionals, direct sales professionals, if you have a team that is really one that's growing, this is a video that you need to share with them because this is going to help a lot of people. Because this is something I didn't even know about until today, and this is why I am talking about it, all right? So first, I want to welcome you. I have to come up with a new name for my show because I just got tax stuff to talk about, and there is so much stuff out there that I am just going to devote everything to taxes, and I'm going to be hosting my lives from my new fan page. But now you're talking about my fan page. I put the link there for my YouTube channel. I would love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post these recordings there. And yeah, so that's it. Okay, so let's get down with the get down. Of course, when you hop on, let me know who you are and where you're from so I can shout you out and say hello. And yeah, so that's it. Okay, let's go. So one of the things that I have to do as an enrolled agent is take continuing education, which is absolutely excellent because it keeps you on your toes and it keeps you current, right? Okay. So I just found out about this form today. Never knew about this. My whole time I've been in business, never knew about this. And I even had a very seasoned tax professional do my taxes many moons ago when I first got started in business. Never, ever heard about this form. What is this form? This form is called a form 5213. Okay. So let me tell you how we get here. All right. So if, when you are a sole proprietor, which is what we all are when we first get started out in business. Okay. And even if you have formed an LLC, if you are a single member LLC, the IRS still considers you a sole proprietor. Okay. That's something to keep in mind. But one of the things about a sole proprietor is that in order for the IRS to consider you to be a for-profit business, you have to be in profit 3 out of 5 tax years, okay? Now, so what that means is this. If the IRS says, okay, you are not in business, then you have a hobby. With a hobby, you can only deduct expenses up into the amount of income you show. There is no showing a loss if the IRS says, you're just a hobby. But if you're a business though, now mind you, there are other things, okay? There are other things that go into the IRS determining whether or not you're a business or a hobby, but this is one of them. This is one of the main factors, okay? So you got to show profit 3 out of the 5 years. But let's just say your business is, you start out at a loss because that's what the IRS expects. When you start out in business, the IRS expects you to operate at a loss. That's why they give you some time. That's why they give you the 3 out of the 5 years. And if you haven't turned a profit, then that's going to raise a red flag to the IRS. But if you find that you are not that you're not in profit, but you're really trying to get there, right? Like you are really working and you're just trying to get there, then that's where this form 5213 comes in. I have it up on my screen. I'm going to show it to you. Okay. This is the election to postpone determination as to whether presumption applies that an activity is engaged for profit. All right. So that's what this form is. What does this mean? Okay, so what this form does is that it gives you an additional year. That means you file this form, like I said, you get to to filing your taxes and you realize, oh my gosh, I'm operating at a loss. Okay, first of all, if you don't figure out until tax time that you're operating at a loss, you need to come see me for real. But that's an aside. Okay. But this is why it's important to pay attention to your tax returns. You cannot fall asleep at the wheel while your taxes are being prepared. And this is why you need a relationship with a tax professional. This is why you need people like us or like me on your team, because somebody needs to be looking out for this. Because if you are showing a loss and then the IRS audits you and you don't have any documentation to support your expenses, okay, that's just a whole nother show. But what this form does is it tells the IRS, yes, I'm operating at a loss, but I am working this business and I need another year. That's what this form does for you. So when by filing this form, instead of the IRS looking at your business after 3 years, you get an additional year. Now, it is going to be incumbent upon you to be operating at a profit in that next year, but at least this buys you some time. Okay, that's the biggest thing here. This buys you some time because you know what? Like I said, every business goes through some stuff, especially when you're getting started out and you're learning and all this stuff. And this is especially key for network marketing professionals because when we get started in network marketing, we are losing money because we're getting in, we're whether you're buying inventory or whatever it is that network marketing business requires, in the beginning, you're going to be operating at a loss more than likely, okay? Because you ain't selling a whole bunch of stuff in the beginning, especially if you're brand new, you haven't built a network or anything like that. This is going to happen, okay? And this is what the IRS expects, but they expect also at that third year for you to be showing some profit. Now, it never says how much profit. Okay, so even if you're showing $100 profit, it's still profit, all right? But you have to be showing a profit. And if you're not, that's where this form is key. And I'll give you an example. I had a gentleman who came to me because he got an audit by letter. The IRS was asking him for more information about his taxes because he showed huge losses 3 years in a row, okay? And what happened is he fell asleep at the wheel. He had some tax preparer, some shady tax preparer preparing his taxes. And the only thing that he knew is that he was getting refunds. He did not understand what was going on with his taxes. And what was happening is that this tax preparer was showing him operating at these huge losses, okay? And which were not true. But the problem is, he didn't know how much money he was making. He did not track how much money he was making. He did not understand or did not know, did not care what this tax preparer was doing. Okay. There is just no words to say for that. Okay. As a tax professional, she ticked me off and I told him to find her and sue her is what I told him to do. But that again is another aside. But the fact is that he fell asleep at the wheel. He did not pay attention and he did not understand what was happening with his taxes. As a business owner, that is an absolute no. Because at the end of the day, regardless of any wrongdoing that a tax professional does or anything, it comes back to you, the taxpayer, because you receive the benefit, whether it's a refund or a reduced tax liability, you receive the benefit. So you're going to have to correct that one way or the other. All right. So you just got to know. And this form 5213 will help, especially if you have a network marketing team and you've got new people coming on board. This is something that is really going to benefit them if they're struggling to build their businesses. Not everybody is a sales rock star. I am not a sales rock star. Okay. This would have helped me a lot. All right. So, as your professionals are coming on, your network marketing professionals, direct sales professionals are coming on board with your team and you really want to help them. Listen, first of all, I am available to speak to your network marketing teams. I'm happy to let them know the things that they can do and what they need to do in order to substantiate their business. But this form right here, holy cow, is, it seems like a small thing, but it's a big thing just to allow you that additional year to really work your business and show a profit for you to be able to continue to take those those losses. Drunk driver at the tax wheel. Yes, girl, drunk at the tax wheel. So, that's it. For me for today. So, like I said, if you have a network marketing team and you'd like for me to come and speak to your team, I am certainly happy to do that, to help people get started on the right foot and not get in trouble come tax time. Okay. So that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't liked my new fan page, go over and like it, please, at Home Biz Tax Lady. And you can find me on Instagram. And I also put the link to my new YouTube channel where you're going to find these recordings and as well as other good tax tips and videos and everything else. Okay. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.